The itty bitty kitty's kibble was moist and yummy. This warm milk is smooth and creamy. Now, some of you have no idea what's going on right now, while others of you want to beat me in the face with a baseball bat. In fact, 10 to 20% of you, when you saw the title of this talk, you knew it was coming. While for a bunch of you, didn't even register. So what the heck is going on here? What was with those weird phrases I just said, those noises I made? Those are common triggers for people with something called misophonia. And during this talk, I don't just want you to learn conceptually what this means, I want you to feel it. I want you experientially to know what this is about. And I want to give you permission, if you are someone who experiences, to yell, to pound your fist, to stand up, to clap, to make yourself known. So what the heck is misophonia? It was discovered in 2013. It's not officially a disorder, but it's kind of a condition where seemingly random, innocent-sounding words or noises really set someone off. That miso sure looked yummy, didn't it? Ugh. It's like, that word is like fingernails on chalkboard to me. It's like when you go to the dentist's office and the drill hits a nerve. Oh, it's just the worst. You just gripped. And what's so strange about it is it's just not well understood. It commonly causes rage in those of us who experience this, but it feels inappropriate to feel rageful, so we suppress that. So what do you do when you aren't a psychologist, you're wondering what the heck this is about? You go on Reddit. What was amazing was how many Redditors are like, oh my God, you too? It's not just me? It was so fresh. And what's really interesting too is there's a sense of fairness with this. So often these are innocent sounds or words or whatever, but if it's purposeful, if it's guilty, then it's a really big deal. So here are some experiences from my life. I remember as a child, when my mom would go to the grocery store, this cute little market, and she would get coffee beans ground. And I was 3 or 4 years old, I would scream. I just hated that loud noise. I had a graduate school classmate who would slurp those noodles during lunch. I couldn't handle it. I didn't know what was going on, but I just couldn't deal with it. So those are innocent ones. How about those guilty ones? I've never been in a fight in my life. I had a college roommate. Before I knew what was going on here, he's chewing kind of loudly. I said, hey, would you mind just like chewing with your mouth closed? It kind of bothers me a bit. He goes, what do you mean like this? I wanted to punch his lights out. I had a time I was on the phone with my partner and she was eating something. I was like, can you stop chewing my ear? You're killing me. In that tone, not a super nice thing to say to your partner who's eating. Normal. So what do? How do you have a compassionate conversation with someone about this where they're not going to get defensive, where they'll hopefully understand your suffering? I was a junior member of staff when a senior partner chewed really loud at his new company. I didn't know what the heck to do about that. I lead with compassion and I try to gain some understanding and ask for help. I say, listen, this is something I experience and I don't need you to change anything, but I need to maybe take care of myself. I might need to step away because this is really tough. So here's an example, again, with my partner and the Y word, which she watches me get gripped about. And I just said, hey, this is early on. I said, listen, I have this thing called misophonia, and it's seemingly weird, innocent sounds or words, but they really set me off. So if you could maybe not use that word so much, and she's been understanding. With one of my former roommates, after we were no longer living together, he was kind of a loud chewer. I had never brought it up. We didn't eat at the same time that much. He was super cool about it, very compassionate. So what can you in the audience do about this? Know this is going on around you. Be compassionate with people who experience this. And if you experience misophonia, get help. There are ways to cope with this. But lastly, if you work in marketing or advertising, don't use triggering sounds, Coca-Cola. I'm never buying your products again. And please, as you're talking about this with people, don't say someone's trigger words on purpose. We don't want any fistfights in the lobby tonight.